my Catholic friends who had lots of children, I said, "You're too many kids." So I vowed never to have children, just because the world, I was 5 years old. What was that about? And also, when I was 8 years old, I remember asking my father, how can the economy grow forever? It doesn't make sense to me. And he couldn't answer that question. Heck, economists today can't answer that question. It's basically allowing the innate potential in any living entity or system to have its full expression. So, okay, so that's a mouthful, right? What do you do with that? But, if we think about life as always, living systems actually create more diversity and more resiliency, and we evolve to greater orders of capability and expression over time. We hope we do anyway. And the question is, we can become conscious of that. We can actually say, I need to do better than just sit down and watching the test match and slugging back some beer, right? So how do we actually consciously evolve is what this work is about. And that means evolve towards what? Well, certainly we have to actually evolve in a co-evolutionary way with all life in a reciprocally beneficial relationship. So we have to take care of life, and life takes care of us. That's the simpler way to put it. How does regenerative tourism allow that practice to take place? Now, it can certainly take place in the vicinity or the property, if you want to call it that, or the approach of the organization that's actually sponsoring this regenerative tourism. And that's really important. You're actually healing places. You're healing humans, the social and ecological systems, right? Now, how's the tourism become regenerative? That's the big question. Is how do you actually invite and engage people over the long run? So now, the proposals that we're writing are, we actually challenge the client, say, we are not going to do the work. You're going to do the work. We're going to teach you and hold your hand, basically, so that you can actually take this. So we're trying to build, our mission is to build the capacity and capability of people to be this way in the world. And that's the mission that we're holding out for ourselves now. When you fragment the world in a bunch of pieces and expect to solve it, this is the big barrier. And regeneration is now seen as just, by many people, as just a way of doing more good. And it's really important to understand that doing good, while it sounds wonderful, is actually anthropocentric. So the first thing to do is to cause them to ask a question. Because we don't learn until we're ready to ask a question. And if we just keep preaching at people, they're going to shut you down. So the art of this is to get people to question. Then you can actually have a conversation. My answer is something that I don't do. So I want to acknowledge that, is that you should be working in your home place. Now, my home place I've tried, and they say, well, I'm a crazy, I'm crazy. So, a prophet is not loved in their own country. Anybody who's pushing the rope uphill. So that can be tough to do. But if you can engage in your place, that's super important. Or if you're going to adopt a place as a camp operator or a spa operator or whatever, some property that I'm speaking, kind of very 10 years ago, but you gotta stick around. It's not an incidental job. And we like to say you need 3 to 5 years to actually inculcate and begin to actually have the practice internalized in a culture at a minimum. So stick around.